Hush, never tell me that I take it much unkindly. That thou, Iago, who has had my purse as if the strings were thine, shouldst know of this.
If ever I did dream of such a matter, abhor me.
Thou toldst me, thou didst hold them in thy hate.
Despise me if I do not. One Michael Cassio, a Florentine, that never battle knows, must his lieutenant be. And I? God bless the mark. His morship's ancient.
By heaven, I rather would have been his hangman.
Why, there's no remedy. 'Tis the curse of service.
I would not follow him.
Sir, content you. I followed him to serve my turn upon him. We cannot all be masters, nor all masters cannot be truly followed. You shall mark. Heaven is my judge, not I for love and duty, but seeming so, for my peculiar end. I am not what I am. Call up her father.
What a full fortune does this thick lip sow, if you could carry it thus. I'll call aloud. What ho, Brabantio! Signor Brabantio, ho!
Awake! What ho, Brabantio? Thieves! Thieves! Look to your house, your daughter, and your bags.
What is the reason of the summons, sir?
Signor, is all your family within?
Are your doors locked?
Why, wherefore ask you this?
Zoom, sir, you're robbed. For shame, put on your gown. Even now, very now, an old black ram is tupping your white hue. Arise, arise, awake the snorting citizens with bells. The devil will make a grandsire of you.
Most reverend Signor, do you know my voice?
No, what are you?
My name is Rodrigo.
I have charged thee not to haunt about my doors. In honest plainness, thou hast heard me say my daughter is not for thee.
In simple and pure soul, I come to you.
Soon, sir. You are one of those that do not serve God if the devil bid you. Because we come to do you service, and you think we are ruffians, you'll have your daughter covered with a Barbary whore.
What profane wretch art thou? Look you to me.
I am one, sir, that comes to tell you your daughter and the Moor are now making the beast with two backs.
Oh, thou art a villain.
You are. Senator.
This thou shalt answer. I know thee, Rodrigo.
Sir, I will answer anything. But sir, I say again, straight satisfy yourself. If she be in her chamber or your house, let loose on me the justice of the state. For thus saluting you.
Strike tender hoe, give me a taper, call all my people. This accident is not unlike my dream. Belief of it oppresses me already. Light, I say, light.
Farewell, I must leave.
Yes, of course.
It is too true and evil. Gone she is. Where dost thou see her? Oh, unhappy girl. The more sayest thou. Who would a father be? How didst thou know 'twas she? She deceives me past thought. What said she to you? Get more tapers and raise all my kindred. Are they married, think you?
Truly, I think they are.
Call up my brother. Oh, would you had had her? Some one way and some another. Do you know where we may apprehend her in the moor?
I think I can discover him, if you please, to get good God and go along with
Pray
me.
you lead on. At every house I'll call. I may command at most. Get weapons ho, and raise some special officers of night. On, good Rodrigo. Reserve your pay.
I had thought to have yanked him here, under the ribs.
'Tis better as it is.
Nay, but he prated, and spoke such scurvy and provoking terms against your honor. Now, are you fast, married? The law with all his might to enforce it on will give him cable.
Let him do his spite. My services which I have done the Signory shall outtongue his complaints. 'Tis yet to know, for know, Iago. But look, what lights come yon?
Those are the raised father and his friends. You had best go in.
No, not I. I must be found, for my parts, my title, and my perfect soul shall manifest me writing. Is it they?
Janus, I think no.
The servants of the Duke and my lieutenants! The goodness of the knights upon you, friends! What is the news?
The Duke does greet you, General, and requires your post-haste appearance even on the instant. Something from Cyprus. It is a business of some heat. The galleys have sent a dozen secret messages this very night at one another's heels, and many of the consuls, raised and met, are at the Duke's already. You have been hotly called for. When, not being at your lodging to be found, the Senate hath sent about 3 several guests to search you out.
It is well. I go with you.
Ancient, what makes he here?
Faith, these knight have boarded a land carrick. If it prove lawful prize, he's made forever.
I do not understand.
He's married.
To who?
Married to... Oh, come, Captain, will you go?
Have with you.
Here comes another troop to seek for you.
It is Brabantio. General, be advised. He comes to bad intent.
Allah, stand there.
Signor, it is the Moor.
Down with him, thief!
You, Rodrigo!
Come, sir, I am for you.
Keep up your bright swords, for the dew will rest them.
O thou foul thief! Where hast thou my daughter? Damned as thou art, thou hast enchanted her. Run from her guardage to the sooty bosom of such a thing as thou. To fear foul charms. Lay hold upon him. Subdue.
Hands, both you of my inclining and the rest. Were it my cue to fight, I should have known it without a prompter. Where am I to go to answer this your charge?
To prison you.
And what if I do obey, to bring me there? How may the Duke be there with satisfied, whose messengers are here, about my side?
'Tis true, Miss Worthy Senior. The Duke's in council, and your noble self, I'm sure, sent for.
How? The Duke in council? What, in this time? Bring him away.
There is no composition in these news that can give them credit.
Indeed, they're disproportionate. My letters say 107 galleys.
And mine 140.
And mine 200. But though they jump not on a just account, as in these cases, where the aim reports, 'tis oft with difference. Yet, do they all confirm a Turkish fleet bearing up to Cyprus?
Nay, it is possible enough to judgment. I do not so secure me in the error. But the main article I do approve. What ho! What ho! What ho!
A messenger from the galleys.
The Turkish preparation making for roads, so as I bid report here to the state by Signor Angelo.
How say you by this change?
This cannot be. By no assay of reason, 'tis a patent to keep us in false gaze. When we consider the importance of Cyprus to the Turks, and let ourselves again but understand that as it more concerns the Turks than roads, we must not think the Turk is so unskillful. To leave that latest which concerns him first, neglecting an attempt of ease and gain, to wake and wage a danger profitless. Duke of Venice, nay, in all confidence, he's not on the roads.
So here's more news.
The Ottomans are reverend, gracious, steering with due course towards our roads, have there enjoined them with an afterfleet.
Aye, so I thought. How many is you guys?
Of 30 sail, and now they do restem their backward course, bearing with frank appearance their purposes towards, yes, Cyprus. Signor Montano, your trusty and most valiant servitor, recommends you thus, and prays you to believe him.
'Tis certain then, for Cyprus.
Oh, here comes Brabantio, his valiant Moor.
Valiant Othello! We must straight employ you against the general enemy Ottoman. I did not see you. Welcome, gentle signor. We lacked your counsel and your help. Tonight.
So did I yours. Good your grace, pardon me. Neither my place nor aught I heard of business hath raised me from my bed.
What's the matter?
My daughter. Oh, my daughter!
Dead?
Aye, to me. She is abused, stolen from me, and corrupted son's witchcraft could not.
Who he be in this foul proceeding that hath beguiled your daughter of herself, and you of her? The bloody book of law you yourself shall read in the bitter letter after your own sins.
Humbly I thank your grace. Here is the man.
Still your tongues! We are very sorry for it. What in your own part can you say of it?
Nothing, but this is so.
Most potent, grave and reverend signors, my very noble and approved good masters, that I have ta'en away this old man's daughter is true. True, I have married her. The very head in front of my fending hath this extent no more. Rude I am in my speech, and therefore little shall I grace my cause in speaking for myself. But by your gracious patience, I will around unvarnished tale deliver of my whole course of love. What drugs, what charms, what conjuration, and what mighty magic for such proceeding am I charged with all. I won his daughter.
A maiden never bold, of spirit so still and quiet that she blush at the motion of herself. And she, in spite of nature, to fall in love with what she feared to look on.
To vouch this is no proof.
But, Othello, speak. Did you, by indirect and false courses, subdue and poison this young maid's affections?
I do beseech you, send for the lady to the Sagittary, and let her speak of me before her father. If you do find me foul in her reports, the trust, the office I do hold of you, not only take away, but even let your sentence fall upon my life.
Fetch Desdemona hither!
Ancient, conduct them. You best know the place. Until she comes, I do confess how I did thrive in this fair lady's love, and she in mine.
Say it, Othello.
Her father loved me, oft invited me, still questioned me the story of my life. From year to year, the battles, sieges, fortunes I've passed, even from my boyish days to the very moment he bade me to tell it, wherein I spake of most disastrous chances of being sold to slavery and my redemption thence. She loved me for the dangers I had passed. She gave me a world of sighs for my pains. Here comes the lady. Let her witness it.
I think this tale would win my daughter too.
Oh, I pray you, hear her speak. Come hither, gentle mistress. Do you perceive in all this noble company where most you owe obedience?
My noble father, to you I am bound for life and education. My life and education both do learn me how to respect you. You are the lord of duty, and I am hitherto your daughter. But here is my husband, and so much duty as my mother showed to you, preferring you before her father, so much I challenge, that I may profess you to the more my lord.
Oh, God be with you. I have done. Please it your grace unto the state affairs. I had rather to adopt a child than get it. Come hither, Moor. I here do give thee that with all my heart which but thou hast already, with all my heart I would keep from thee. I humbly beseech you, proceed to the affairs of state.
The Turk with the most mighty preparation makes for Cyprus. Othello? What would you, Desdemona?
That I did love the more to live with him. I saw Othello's visage in his mind, and to his honor and his valiant heart did I my soul and fortunes consecrate, so that, dear lords, if I be left behind, a moth of peace, and he go to the war, the rights for which I love him are bereft me. Let me go with him.
Let her have your voices.
Be it as you shall privately determine, either for her stay or going. The affair cries haste, and speed must answer it.
You must away tonight.
with all my heart.
At 9 in the morning, here we meet again. Othello, leave some officer behind, and he shall our commission bring to you such things else of quality and respect as doth import you.
So please your grace, my ancient, a man he is of honest and trust. To his conveyance I assign my wife. With what else needful your good grace shall think to be sent after me.
Let it be so. Good night to everyone, and noble Signor, if virtue no delighted beauty lack, your son-in-law is far more fair than black.
Look to her more. Thou hast eyes to see. She has deceived her father. And may thee.
My life upon her faith. Honest Iago, my wife I must leave to thee. I prithee, let thy wife attend on her, and bring them in after your best advantage. Come, Desdemona, I have but an hour of love, of worldly matters and direction to spend with thee. We must obey the time.
Iago!
What sayest thou, noble heart?
What will I do, thinkest thou?
Why, go to bed and sleep.
I will incontently drown myself.
If thou dost, I shall never love thee after. Why, thou silly gentleman?
It is silliness to live when to live is torment. And then we have a prescription to die when death is our physician.
I never found man that knew how to love himself. I would say, I would drown myself for the love of a guinea hen. I would change my humanity with a baboon.
Oh, what should I do? I confess it is my shame to be so fond, but it is not in my virtue to amend it.
Virtue? A fig! 'Tis in ourselves that we are thus or thus. We have reason to call our raging motions, our carnal stings, our unbitted lusts, whereof I take this that you call love to be a sect or scion.
It cannot be!
Come, be a man. Drown thyself. Drown cats and blind puppies. I can never better steed thee than now. Put money in thy purse. Follow thou the walls. Defeat thy favor with an usurped beard. I say, put money in thy purse. It cannot be that Desdemona should long continue her love to the Moor. When she is sated with his body, she will find the error of her choice. She must have changed. She must! Therefore, put money in thy purse. Make all the money thou canst, a pox of drowning thyself.
Or wilt thou be fast to my hopes?
Thou art sure of me. I do.
Where will we meet in the morning?
At my lodging.
I'll be with thee betimes.
Ah, go to. Farewell. Oh, do you hear, Rodrigo?
What say you?
No more drowning. Do you hear?
Oh, I am changed. I'll go sell all my land.
Thus do I ever make my food my purse. For I might acknowledge to profane if I would time spend with such a snipe. But for my sport and profit. I hate the Moor, and it is thought abroad that twixt my sheets he hath done my office. I know not if it be true. But I, for mere suspicion in that kind, will do as if for surety. He holds me well. The better shall my purpose work on him. Cassio's a proper man. Let me see now, to get his place and to plume up my will in double knavery. How? How? Let's see. I have it. It is engendered. Hell and night must bring this monstrous birth to the world's light.
What from the cape can you discern at sea?
Nothing at all. 'Tis a high-wrought flood, and I cannot twixt the heaven and the main descry a sail.
Methinks the wind hath spoke aloud at land. The full blast ne'er shaked our battlements.
A segregation of the Turkish fleet? For do but stand upon the foaming shore. A chidden billow seems to pelt the clouds. The winds shake surge with high and monstrous mane, and seems to cast water on the burning bear, and quench the gods of the ever-fixed pole. I never did like the mole station view on the enchaffed flood.
If let the Turkish fleet be not sheltered and obeyed, they are drowned. It is impossible they bear it out.
News, lads! Our wars are done!
Yeah!
The desperate tempest has so banged its hurt that the resignment halts. A noble ship of Venice has seen a grievous wreck and sufferance on most part of its fleet.
How? Is this true?
The ship is here put in, a Baronessa. Michael Cassio, lieutenant to the warlike Moor Othello, is come on shore, the Moor himself at sea, and is in full commission here for Cyprus.
I am glad on it. 'Tis a worthy governor.
But this same Cassio, though he speak of comfort touching the Turkish loss, yet he looked sadly and praised the Moor be saved, for they were parted with foul and violent tempest.
Pray heavens he be. For I have served him, and the man commands like a full soldier. Let's to the seaside, ho! As to throw out our eyes for brave Othello.
Come, let's do so, for every minute is expectancy of more arrivals.
Thanks, you the valiant of this warlike isle that so approve the Moor. Oh, let the heavens give him defense against the elements, for I have lost us him on a dangerous sea.
Is he well shipped?
His bark is stoutly timbered, his pilot a very expert and approved allowance. Therefore, my hopes stand in bold cure. A sail! A sail! What noise?
The town is empty. On the brow of the sea stand ranks of people, and they cry a sail.
My hopes do shape him for the governor.
They do discharge their shot of courtesy, our friends at least.
I pray you, sir, go forth and give us truth on who 'tis that is arrived.
I shall.
But, good lieutenant, is your general wived?
Most fortunately, he hath achieved a maid that paragons description. Who has put in?
'Tis one Iago, ancient to the general.
Has had most favorable and happy speed. The divine Desdemona.
What is she?
She that I spake of, our great captain's captain, left in the conduct of the bold Iago. Great Jove, Othello guard, and bring all Cyprus comfort. Oh, behold, the riches of the ship is come on shore. Ye men of Cyprus, let her have your needs. Hail to thee, lady, and the grace of heaven enwheel thee round.
I thank you, valiant Cassio. What tidings can you tell me of my lord?
He is not yet arrived, nor know I aught but that he is well and will be shortly here.
Oh, but I fear. How lost you company?
The great contention of the sea and skies parted our fellowship.
A sail! A sail!
But hark, a sail.
They give their greetings to the citadel. This likewise is the friend.
See for the news. Good ancient.
Oh,
You are welcome. Welcome, mistress.
oh, sir. Would she give you so much of her lips as of her tongue she oft bestows on me? You'll have enough.
Alas, she has no speech.
Oh, in faith, too much. I find it still when I have list to sleep. Mary, before your ladyship I grant, she puts her tongue a little in her heart and chides with thinking.
You have little cause to say so.
Oh, come on, come on. You are pictures out of doors, players in your housewifery, and huswives in your beds.
Fie upon thee, slanderer.
Nay, it is true, or else I am a Turk. You rise to play and go to bed to work.
You shall not write my praise.
No, let me not.
How say you, Cassio? Is he not a most profane and liberal counselor?
He speaks home, madam. You may relish him more in the soldier than in the scholar.
He takes her by the palm. Aye, well said, whisper. With as little a web as this, will I ensnare as great a fly as Cassio. I know his trumpet.
Tis truly so.
Let's meet him and receive him.
Lo, where he comes.
Oh, my fair warrior!
My dear Othello.
It is a wonder as great as my content to see you here before me. Oh, my soul's joy. I cannot speak enough of this content. It stops me here. It is too much of joy. And this the greatest discord be that e'er our hearts shall make.
You are well tuned now, but I'll set down the pegs that make this music. As honest as I am.
News, friends! Our wars are done! The Turks are drowned! How does my old acquaintance of this isle? Honey, you shall be well desired in Cyprus. I found great love amongst them. Oh, my sweet. I prattle out of fashion and dote in mine own comforts. Iago, go to the bay and disembark my coffers. Bring thou the master to the citadel. He is a good one, and his worthiness does challenge much respect. Come, Desdemona. Once more, well met at Cyprus.
Welcome, brothers, to this grand isle of Cyprus. Let me show you around. Down here we have the brothel. Around the corner, the pub.
Come, hither. If thou beest valiant, as they say, base men being love have then a nobility in their natures, more than is native to them, list me. The lieutenant tonight watches on the court of guard. First, I must tell thee this. Desdemona is directly in love with him.
With him? Why, 'tis not possible.
Mark me with what violence she first loved the more, but for bragging and telling her fantastical lies. And will she love him still for prating? Her eye must be fed, and what delight shall she have to look on the devil when the blood is made dull with the act of sport? There should be, again, to inflame it and give satiety a fresh appetite, loveliness and favor, sympathy in years, manners and beauties, all which the more is defective. And besides, Cassio, the knave, is handsome, young, and hath all those requisites in him that folly and green minds look after. And the woman hath found him already.
Oh, I cannot believe that in her. She's full of most blessed condition.
Blessed figs in. The wine she drinks is made of grapes. If she had been blessed, she would have never loved them more. Blessed pudding. Didst thou not see her paddle with the palm of his hand? Didst thou mark that?
Yes, that I did. But that was but courtesy.
Lechery. by this hand an index in obscure prologue to the history of lust and foul thoughts. They met so near with their lips that their breaths embraced together. Oh, villainous thoughts, Rodrigo! But, sir, be ruled by me. I watch you tonight for the command I'll lay it upon you. Cassio knows you not. I'll not be far from you. Do you find some occasion to anger Cassio?
Well...
Sir, he is rash and very sudden in choler, and haply may strike at you. Provoke him that he may. For even out of that will I cause these of Cyprus to mutiny.
I will do this, if I can bring it to any opportunity.
I warned thee. Meet me by and by at the citadel. I must fetch his necessaries ashore. Farewell. For that, I do suspect the lusty Moor hath leaped into my seat, and the thought whereof doth like a poisonous mineral gnaw my inwards. And nothing can or shall content my soul until I am evened with him. Wife for wife, or failing so, yet that I put the Moor at least into a jealousy so strong that judgment cannot cure. Which thing to do? For I fear Cassio in my nightcap too. Make the Moor thank me, love me, and reward me for making him egregiously an ass and practicing upon his peace and quiet, even to madness. 'Tis here, but yet confused. Knavery's plain face is never seen till used.
It is Othello's pleasure, our noble and valiant general, that, upon certain tidings now arrive, importing the mere perdition of the Turkish fleet, that every man throw himself into triumph, some to dance, some to make bonfires, each man to what sport and revels his edition leads him, and, besides this beneficial news, it is the celebration of his nuptial. So much was his pleasure should be proclaimed. All offices are open, and there is full liberty of feasting from this present hour of 5 till the bell have tolled 11. Heavens bless the Isle of Cyprus and our noble General Othello.
Good Michael, look you to the guard tonight, and let's teach ourselves that honorable stop, not to outsport discretion.
Iago hath direction what to do, but notwithstanding, with my personal eye will I look to it.
Iago is most honest. Good night, Michael. Tomorrow with your earliest, let me have speech with you. Come, Desdemona. With purchase made, the fruits are to ensue, and profits yet to come between me and you. Good night.
Welcome, Iago. We must to the watch.
Not this, our lieutenant. 'Tis not yet 10 on the clock. Our General Castus thus early for the love of his Desdemona, who, let us not therefore blame, he hath not yet made wanton the night with her, and she is sport for Jove.
She is a most exquisite lady.
Oh, and our water, full of game.
Indeed, she's a most fresh and delicate creature.
What eyes she has! Methinks it sounds a parley of provocation.
An inviting eye, and yet methinks right modest.
And when she speaks, is it not an alarm to love?
She is indeed perfection.
Well, happiness to their sheets. Come, Lieutenant, I have a stoup of wine, and here without are a brace of Cyprus gallants that would fain have a measure to the health of black Othello.
Not tonight, good Iago. I have very poor and unhappy brains for drinking. I could well wish courtesy would invent some other custom of entertainment.
Oh, they are our friends. but 1 cup. I'll drink for you.
I have drunk but 1 cup tonight, and dare I not task my weakness with any more.
What, man? 'Tis a night of revels. The gallants desire it.
Where are they?
Here, at the door. I pray you, call to them.
I'll do it. But it dislikes me.
Oh. If I can fasten but 1 cup upon him, with that which he hath drunk tonight already, he'll be as full of quarrel and offence as my young mistress's dog. Now, my sick fool Rodrigo, have I tonight flustered with flowing cups, and they watch too. Now, amongst this flock of drunkards, am I to put our Cassio in some action that may offend the isle? But here they come. If consequence do but approve my dream, my boat sails freely, both with wind and stream.
For God, they have given me a ruse already.
Good faith, the little one. Not past a pint, as I am a soldier.
Some wine! Ho!
Some wine, boys?
A soldier's a man, a life for the span. Why then let the soldiers drink? Some wine, boys!
For God, an excellent song. Here I am, our bard general.
I am Fourth Lieutenant, and I'll do you justice.
Watch, come, drink! Oh, sweet England, will you hear it again?
Gentlemen, let us look to our business. You must not think then that I am drunk. This is my ancient. This is my right hand. And this is my left. You must not think then that I am drunk. I can stand well enough and speak well enough.
Oh, yes.
Very well then. You must not think that I am drunk.
Careful now.
Excuse me, sir.
To the platform, masters. Come, let's set the watch.
You see, this fellow that is gone before, he is a soldier fit to stand by Caesar and give direction and do but see his vice. I do fear the trust Othello puts him in. On some odd time of his infirmity will shake this island.
But is he often thus?
'Tis evermore the prologue to his sleep.
It were well the general will put in mind of it. Perhaps he sees it not. Or perhaps his good nature prizes the virtue that appears in Cassio, and looks not at his evils. Is not this true?
How now, Rodrigo? I pray you, after the lieutenant. Go.
And his great pity that the noble Warwood has in such a place as his own second, with one of an engraft infirmity. It were an honest action to say so to the Moor.
Not I for this fair island. I do love Cassio well and would do much to cure him of this evil.
Help! Hark, what noise? You rascal!
What's the matter, Lieutenant?
What the knave teach me my duty? How read the knave into a twigging mortar?
Bait me!
Oh, stop, great rogue!
I pray you, sir, hold your hand!
I pray you, sirs, let me down, or I'll knock you in the mouth and
Come, sir. You're drunk!
drunk! Yeah!
Lieutenant, sir!
Wait still! I am hurt to the death!
Hold your lives!
In it, sir! Montano, gentlemen!
Christian shame, goodbye, this barber is wrong! He who says next to carve for his own rage holds his soul light. He dies upon his motion. Silence that dreadful bell! Honest Iago, that lookest dead with grieving. Speak who began this. On thy love I charge thee.
I do not know. Friends, all but now, even now, as of some planet and unwitting men. Swords out and tilting one at other's breast in opposition, bloody. I cannot speak.
How comes it, Michael? You are thus forgot.
I pray, pardon me. I cannot speak.
Worthy Montano, what's the matter that you unlace your reputation thus and spend your rich opinion for the name of street brawler? Give me answer to it.
Worthy Othello, I am hurt to danger. Your officer, Iago, can inform you while I spare speech, which something now offends me. Of all that I do know, give me to know how this foul rout began, who set it on, and he that is approved in this offense, partially affined or leagued in office, thou dost deliver more or less than truth. Thou art no soldier.
Oh, touch me, not so near. Why, I rather had this tongue cut from my mouth than it should do offense to Michael Cassio. But yet, I persuade myself to speak the truth. Shall nothing wrong him? Thus it is, General. Montano and myself being in speech, there comes Othello crying out for help, and Cassio following him with determined sword. Sir, this gentleman steps in to Cassio and entreats his pause. Myself, the crying fellow did pursue, and he swift of foot outran my purpose. And I returned the rather for that I heard the clink and fall of swords, and Cassio high in oath, which till tonight I ne'er might say before. When I came back, for this was brief, I found them close together at blow and thrust, even as again they were when you yourself did part them. More of this matter cannot I report. But men are men. The best sometimes forget. Though Cassio did some little wrong to him, as men in rage strike those that wish them best, yet surely Cassio, I believe, received from him that fled some strange indignity which patience could not pass.
I know thy love and honesty doth mince this matter, making it light to Cassio. Cassio, I love thee, but never more be officer of mine. Look, if my gentle love not be raised up, I'll make thee an example.
What's the matter?
All's well now, sweeting. Come away to bed. Sir, for your hurts, I myself will be your surgeon. Iago, look with care about the town, and silence those whom this vile brawl distracted. Come, Desdemona. 'Tis the soldier's life to have their balmy slumbers waked with strife.
What? Are you hurt, Lieutenant?
Aye. Past all surgery.
Marry, heaven forbid.
Reputation. Reputation.
Reputation! Oh, I have lost my reputation. I have lost the immortal part of myself, and What remains is bestial. Oh, my reputation, Iago, my reputation!
As I am an honest man, I thought you had received some bodily wound. There's more sense in that than in reputation. What, man? There are ways to recover the general again. You are but now cast in his mood. A punishment more in policy than in malice. Sue to him again, and he's yours.
I will rather sue to be despised than to deceive so good a commando with so slight, so drunken, and so indiscreet an officer.
What was he that you followed with your sword? What had he done to you?
I know not.
Is it possible?
I remember a mass of things, but nothing distinctly. A quarrel, but nothing wherefore. Oh, God. The men should put an enemy into their mouths to steal away their brains. Then we should, with joy, pleasance, revel, and applause, transform ourselves into beasts.
Why, but you are now well enough. How came you thus recovered?
Oh, it hath pleased the devil, drunkenness, to give place to the devil's wrath. I shall ask him for my place again. He shall tell me. I am a drunkard.
Come, come. Good wine is a good familiar creature, if it be well used. Exclaim no more against it. And, good lieutenant, I think you think I love you?
I have well approved it, sir.
I'll tell you what you shall do. Our general's wife is now the general. Confess yourself freely to her. Importune her help to put you in your place again. And my fortunes against any lay worth naming, this crack of your love shall grow stronger than it was before.
You advise me well.
I protest. In the sincerity of love and honest kindness.
I think it freely, and betimes in the morning I will beseech the virtuous Desdemona to undertake for me. Oh, I am desperate of my fortunes if they check me here.
You are in the right. Good night, Lieutenant. And what's he then that says I play the villain? When this advice is free, I give, and honest, that she may make and make do what she list, even as her appetite shall play the god with his weak function. How am I then a villain? When devils will the blackest sins put on, they do suggest at first with heavenly shows, as I do now. For whiles this honest fool plies Desdemona to repair his fortune, and she, for him, pleads strongly to the Moor, I'll pour this pestilence into his ear, that she appeals him for her body's lust, and by how much she strives to do him good, she shall undo her credit with the Moor. So will I turn her virtue into pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net that shall enmesh them all. How now, Rodrigo?
I do come here in the chase, not like a hound that hunts, but one that builds up the cry. Oh, my money is almost spent, and I have been tonight exceedingly well cudgeled. I think the issue may be I shall have so much experience for my pains. So, with no money at all, and only a little more wit, return again to Venice.
How poor are they that have not patience? What wound did ever heal but by degrees? Thou knowest we work by wit and not by witchcraft. And wit depends on dilatory time. Does it not go well? Cassio hath beaten thee, and thou by that smaller hurt hast cashiered Cassio. Content thyself a while, by the mass 'tis morning. Pleasure and action make the hours seem short. Retire thee, go where thou art billeted. Away, I say. You shout no more hereafter. Nay, get thee gone. Two things are to be done. My wife must move for Cassio to her mistress, and I'll set her on. Myself, the while, to draw them more apart and bring him jump, when he may Cassio find soliciting his wife. Aye, that's the way, dull, not device, by coldness and delay.
Masters, lay here. I will content your pains, something that's brief, and bid good morrow, General. Dost thou hear, my honest friend?
No, I hear not your honest friend. I hear you.
Prithee, keep up thy quillets, there's a poor piece of gold for thee. If the gentlewoman that attends the general's wife be stirring, tell her there's one Cassio entreats her a little favor of speech. Wilt thou do this?
She is stirring, sir. If she will stir hither, I shall seem to notify unto her.
Do. Good, my friend.
Good day.
In happy time, Iago.
You have not been abed then?
Why, no. The day had broke before we parted. I have made bold, Iago, to send in to your wife. My suit to her is she will to the virtuous Desdemona procure me some access.
I'll send her to you presently, and I'll devise a mean to draw them more out of the way, that your converse in business may be more free.
I humbly thank you for it. I never knew a Florentine more kind and honest.
Good morrow, good lieutenant. I am sorry for your displeasure, but all will sure be well. The general and his wife are talking of it, and she speaks for you stoutly. The Moor replies that he you hurt is of great fame in Cyprus, and great affinity, and that in wholesome wisdom he might not but refuse you. But he protests he loves you, and needs no other suitor but his likings to take the safest occasion by the front to bring you in again.
Yet, I beseech you, if you think it fit, or that it may be done, give me advantage of some brief discourse with Desdemona alone.
Pray you come in. I will bestow you where you shall have time to speak your bosom freely.
I am much bound to you.
Be thou assured, good Cassio, I will do all my abilities in thy behalf. Good madam, do. I warrant it grieves my husband as if the case were his.
Oh, that's an honest fellow. Do not doubt, Cassio, but I will have my lord and you again as friendly as you were.
Whatever shall become of Michael Cassio, he is nothing but your true servant.
I know it. I thank you. You do love my lord. You've known him long.
Aye, but lady, my general will forget my love and service.
Do not doubt that. Before Amelia here, I give thee warrant of thy place. Assure thee, if I do vow a friendship, I'll perform it. I'll intermingle everything he does with Cassio's suit. Therefore be merry, Cassio, for thy solicitor shall rather die than give thy cause away.
Madam, here comes my lord.
Madam, I'll take my leave.
Why, stay and hear me speak.
Madam, not now. I'm very ill at ease, unfit for mine own purposes.
Well, do your discretion.
I like not that.
What dost thou say?
Nothing, my lord. Or if I know not what.
Was not that Cassio parted from my wife?
Cassio, my lord? No, sure, I cannot think it, that he would steal away, so guilty-like, seeing you coming.
I do believe 'twas he.
How now, my lord? I have been talking with a suitor here, a man that languishes in your displeasure.
Who is it you mean?
Why, your Lieutenant Cassio. Good my lord, for if he be not one that truly loves you, I have no judgment in an honest face. I prithee call him back.
Went he hence just now?
Aye, sooth, so humbled that he hath left part of his grief with me, to suffer with him. Good love, call him back.
Not now, sweet Desdemona. Some other time.
But shall it be shortly?
The sooner, sweet for you.
Shall it be tonight at supper?
No, not tonight.
Tomorrow dinner, then.
I shall not dine at home. I meet with the captains at the citadel.
Why then tomorrow night or Tuesday morn, on Tuesday noon or night, on Wednesday morn? I prithee name the time. What? Cassio that came a-wooing with you, and so many a time when I have spoke of you dispraisingly hath ta'en your part, to have so much to do to bring him in. By Our Lady, I could do much.
Prithee no more. Let him come when he will. I will deny thee nothing.
Why, this is not a boon. Wherein I mean to touch your love, indeed, it shall be full of points, and difficult weight, and fearful to be granted.
I will deny thee nothing. Whereon I do beseech thee, grant me this. Leave me but a little to myself.
Shall I deny you? No. Farewell, my lord.
Farewell, my Desdemona. I'll come to thee straight.
Amelia, come. Be as your fancies teach you. Whate'er you be, I am obedient.
Excellent wretch. Perdition catch my soul, but I do love thee. And when I love thee not, chaos is come again.
Did Michael Cassio, when you wooed my lady, know of your love?
He did, from first to last. What dost thou ask?
But for satisfaction of my thought.
What have thy thoughts, Iago?
I did not think he had been acquainted with her.
Oh, yes, and went between us very oft.
Indeed.
Indeed, aye, indeed. Discernest thou aught in that? Is he not honest?
Honest, my lord.
Honest, aye, honest.
My lord, for aught I know.
What dost thou think?
Think, my lord.
Think, my lord, by heaven he echoes me. Thou dost mean something. If thou dost love me, show thy thought.
Oh, my lord, you know I love you.
I think thou dost, and for I know thou art full of love and honesty, and weighest thy words before thou givest them breath. Therefore these stops of thine fright me the more.
For Michael Cassio, I dare be sworn, I think that he is honest.
I think so too.
Men should be what they seem, or would they might seem none, if not.
Certain, men should be what they seem.
Why, then I think Cassio is an honest man.
Nay, yet there is more in this. I prithee, speak to me as to thy thinkings, as thou dost ruminate. Give us thy worst of thoughts, the worst of words.
I do beseech you, though I perchance am vicious in my guess, nor your good, sir, to let you know my thoughts.
What dost thou mean?
Good name in man and woman, dear my lord, is the immediate jewel of their souls. Who steals my purse, steals trash. 'Tis something, nothing, 'twas mine, 'tis his, and has been slave to thousands. But he that filches from me my good name robs me of that which not enriches him, and makes me poor indeed.
By heaven, I'll know thy thoughts.
You cannot if my heart were in your hand, nor shall not, whilst 'tis in my custody. Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on.
Why, so is this. Thinkest thou that I'd make a life of jealousy, to follow the still changes of the moon with fresh suspicion? No, for she had eyes and chose me. No, Iago, I see before I doubt, and when I doubt, prove, and on that proof there is nothing more but this. Away at once with love or jealousy.
I am glad of it, for now I shall have reason to show my love and duty that I bear you with frankest spirit. Therefore, as I am bound, receive it from me. I speak not yet of proof. Look to your wife. Observe her well with Cassio.
Dost thou say so?
She did deceive her father marrying you. And when she seemed to shake and fear your looks, she loved them most.
And so she did.
Why, go to then. But I'm much to blame. I humbly do beseech you of your pardon for too much loving you.
I'm bound to thee forever.
I see this hath a little dashed your spirits.
Not a jot. Not a jot.
In faith, I fear it has. I hope you will consider what is spoke comes from my love. But I do see you're moved. I'm to pray you not to strain my speech to grosser issues, nor to larger reach than to suspicion.
I will not.
Should you do so, my lord, my speech should fall into such vile success as my thoughts aim not at. Cassio's my worthy friend. My lord, I see you're moved.
No, not much moved. I do not think but Desdemona's honest.
Oh, long live she so, and long live you to think so.
And yet her nature erring from itself.
Aye, there's the point.
Farewell, farewell. If more thou dost perceive, let me know more. Set on thy wife to observe. Leave me, Iago.
My lord, I take my leave.
Why did I marry?
My lord, I might entreat your honor to scan this thing no further. Leave it to time. Let me be thought too busy in my fears, as worthy cause I have to fear I am. And hold her free. I do beseech your honor.
Oh, curse of marriage, that we can call these delicate creatures ours, and not their appetites. Oh, if she be false, then heaven mocks itself. I'll not believe it.
How now, my dear Othello? Your dinner and the generous islanders by you invited do attend your presence.
I am to blame.
Why do you speak so faintly? Are you not well?
I have a pain upon my forehead here.
Faith, that's with watching. 'Twill away again. Let me but bind it hard. Within this hour, it will be well.
Your napkin is too little. Let it alone. Come, I'll go in with you.
I am very sorry that you are not well.
I am glad I found this napkin. This was her first remembrance of the Moor. My wayward husband hath 100 times wooed me to steal it, but she so loves the token. For he conjured her she should ever keep it, that she reserves it evermore about her. I'll have the work ta'en out, and give it to Iago. What he will do with it, heaven knows. Not I. I nothing but to please his fantasy.
How now? What do you here alone?
Do not you chide. I have a thing for you.
Ah, a thing for me. It is a common thing to have a foolish wife.
Oh, is that all? What will you give me then for that same handkerchief?
What handkerchief?
What handkerchief? Why, that the Moor first gave Desdemona. That which so often you did bid me steal.
Has stolen it from her.
No faith! She let it drop by negligence. What will you do with it now that you've been so earnest to have me filch it?
Oh, being known on it, I have use for it. Go, leave me. I will in Cassio's lodging lose this napkin, and let him find it. Trifles light as air to the jealous, confirmations strong as proofs of holy writ. This may do something. The Moor already changes with my poison. Oh, look where he comes. Not poppy, nor mandragora, nor all the drowsy syrups of the world that shall ever medicine thee to that sweet sleep which thou owedst yesterday.
False to me.
Why, how now, General? No more of that.
Avaunt, be gone. That has set me on the rack. I swear it is better to be much abused than but to know it a little.
How now, my lord?
What sins had I of her stolen hours of lust? I saw it not. I thought it not. It harmed not me. I found not Cassio's kisses on her lips. Oh, farewell the tranquil mind, farewell content.
Is it possible, my lord?
Villain, be sure thou prove my love a whore. Be sure of it. Give me the ocular proof, or thou hadst better have been born a dog.
Is it come to this?
Thou dost slander her, then torture me. Never pray more. Abandon all remorse.
My noble lord, oh, Grace, heaven forgive me. God be with you. Take mine office, oh wretched fool. To be direct and honest is not safe. I thank you for this profit, and from hence I'll love no friend, since love breeds such offense.
Nay, stay. Thou shouldst be honest.
I should be wise. For honesty's a fool, and loses that it works for.
Oh, the world, I think my wife be honest, and I think she is not. I think thou art just, and I think thou art not. Oh, I would have some proof when I was satisfied.
I see, sir, you are eaten up with passion. I do repent me that I put it to you. You would be satisfied?
Would. Nay, I will.
And may, but how? How satisfied, my lord? Would you, the supervisor, grossly gape on, behold her top?
Death and damnation.
It were tedious difficulty, I think, to bring them to that prospect. Oh, damn them then, what shall I say? Where's satisfaction? It is impossible you should see this. Were they as prime as goats, as hot as monkeys?
Give me a living reason she is disloyal.
I do not like the office, but since I'm entered in this cause so far, pricked to it by foolish honesty and love, I will go on. I lay near Cassio lately, and being troubled with a raging tooth, I could not sleep. There are a kind of men, so loose of soul, that in their sleeps will mutter their affairs. One of this kind is Cassio. But in his sleep I heard him say, "Sweet Desdemona, let us be wary, let us hide our loves," and then cried, "Cursed fate that gave thee to the Moor."
Monstrous, oh monstrous!
Nay, this was but his dream.
I'll tear her all to pieces.
Nay, but be wise. Yet we see nothing done. She may be honest yet. Tell me but this. Have you not sometimes seen a handkerchief spotted with strawberries in your wife's hand?
I gave her such a one. It was my first gift.
I know not that. But such a handkerchief, I'm sure it was your wife's. Did I today see Cassio wipe his beard with?
If it be that.
If it be that, or any that were hers, it speaks against her with the other proofs.
Within these 3 days, let me hear thee say that Cassio is not alive.
My friend is dead. 'Tis done at your request. But let her live.
Oh, damn her! Lewd minx, damn her! Come, go with me apart. I will withdraw to furnish some swift means of death for the fair devil. Now, art thou my lieutenant?
I am your own. Forever.
Do you know, sir, where Lieutenant Cassio lies?
I dare not say he lies anywhere.
Why, man?
He's a soldier, and for one to say a soldier lies, 'tis stabbing.
Go to. Where lodges he?
To tell you where he lodges is to tell you where I lie.
Can anything be made of this?
I know not where he lodges, and for me to devise a lodging and say he lies here or he lies there would to lie in mine own throat.
Can you inquire him out and be edified by report?
I will catechize the world for him. That is, make questions and by them answer.
Seek him. Bid him come hither. Tell him I have moved my lord on his behalf and hope all will be well.
To do this is within the compass of man's wit, therefore I will attempt the doing. Good day.
Where should I lose that handkerchief, Amelia?
I know not, madam.
Believe me, I'd rather have lost my purse full of cruzados. But my noble Moor is true of mind and made of no such baseness as jealous creatures are. 'Twere enough to put him to ill thinking.
Is he not jealous?
Who, he? I think the son where he was born drew all such humors from him.
Well, look where he comes.
I will not leave him now till Cassio be called to him. How is it with you, my lord?
Well, my good lady. Oh, hardness to dissemble. How do you, Desdemona?
Well, my good lord.
Give me your hand. This hand is moist, my lady.
You may indeed say so, for 'twas that hand that gave away my heart. Come now, your promise.
What promise, Chuck?
I've sent to bid Cassio come speak with you.
Of assault and sorry room offends me. Lend me thy handkerchief.
Here, my lord.
That which I gave you.
I have it not about me.
Not.
No, indeed, my lord.
That handkerchief did an Egyptian to my mother give. She was a charmer and could almost read the thoughts of people. She told her while she kept it 'twould make her amiable and subdue my father entirely to her love. If she lost it or made gift of it, my father's eye should hold her loath, and his spirit should hunt after new fancies. She dying gave it to me, and bid me, if fate would have me wife, to give it her. I did. So take heed on it. Make it a darling, like your precious eye. To lose it or give its way was such perdition as nothing else could match.
Is it possible?
'Tis true, there's magic in the web of it.
Then would to God that I had never seen it.
Wherefore?
Why do you speak so startlingly and rash?
Speak, is it lost? Is it gone? Is it out of the way?
Heaven bless us.
Say you.
It is not lost, but what an if it were?
How?
I say it is not lost.
Fetch it, let me see it.
Why, so I can, sir, but I will not now. This is a trick to put me from my suit. Pray you let Cassio be received again.
Fetch me the handkerchief. My mind misgives.
Come, come, you'll never meet a more sufficient man.
The handkerchief.
I pray, talk me of Cassio.
The handkerchief.
A man that all his time have founded his good fortunes on your love, shared dangers.
The handkerchief.
Sooth, you are to blame.
Away.
Is not this man jealous?
I ne'er saw this before. Sure there is some wonder in this handkerchief. I am most unhappy in the loss of it.
'Tis not a year or two that shows us a man. They are all but stomachs, and we all but food. To eat us hungrily, and when they are full, they belch us. Look you, Cassio and my husband.
There is no other way. 'Tis she must do it. And lo, the happiness. Go and importune her.
How now, good Cassio? What's the news with you?
Madam, my former suit, I do beseech you that by your virtuous means I may again exist, and be a member of his love.
Alas, thrice gentle Cassio. My advocation is not now in tune. My lord is not my lord, nor should I know him. What I can do, I will, and more I will than for myself I dare. Let that suffice you.
Is my lord angry?
He went hence but now, and certainly in strange unquietness.
Can he be angry? I will go meet him. There's matter in it indeed if he be angry.
I prithee do, sir.
Pray heaven it be state matters as you think, and no conception nor no jealous toy concerning you.
Alas the day! I never gave him cause.
But jealous souls will not be answered so. They are never jealous for the cause, but jealous for they are jealous. It is a monster born on itself, begot on itself.
Will heaven keep that monster from Othello's mind.
Lady, amen.
I will go seek him. Cassio, walk here about. If I do find him fit, I'll move your suit and seek to effect it to my uttermost.
I humbly thank your ladyship.
Save you, friend Cassio.
What makes you from home? I'll rest with you, my most fair Bianca. In faith, sweet love, I was coming to your house.
And I was going to your lodging, Cassio. would keep a week away, 7 days and nights.
Pardon me, Bianca. I have this while with leaden thoughts been pressed, but I shall in a more continuant time strike off this store of absence. Oh, sweet Bianca, take me this workout.
Oh, Cassio, whence came this? This is some token from a newer friend. To the felt absence now I feel a cause.
It's come to this. Well, well. Go to, woman. Throw your vile guesses into the devil's teeth from whence you have them. You are jealous now that this is from some mistress, some remembrance. No, in good truth, Bianca.
Why, whose is it?
I know not, sweet. I found it in my chamber. I liked the work well. Ere it be demanded as like enough it were, I'd have it copied. Well, take it and do it, and leave me for this time.
Leave you? Wherefore?
I do attend here on the general, and think it no addition nor my wish to have him see me woman.
Why, I pray you?
No, not that I love you not.
But that you do not love me. I pray you, will you bring me on the way a little, and say if I shall see you soon at night?
'Tis but a little way that I can bring you, for I attend here, but I'll see you soon.
'Tis very good, I must be circumstanced.
But if I gave my wife a handkerchief,
what then?
Why then 'tis hers, my lord. And being hers, she may, I think, bestow it on any man.
She is protectress of her honor too. May she give that?
Her honor is an essence that's not seen. They have it very oft that have it not. But for the handkerchief, if I had said I had seen him do you wrong, or heard him say...
What hath he said?
Nay, faith that he did. I know not what he did.
What? What?
Lie.
With her?
With her. On her, what you will.
Lie with her? Lie on her? Oh, possible.
Oh, work on my medicine. Work! Thus credulous fools are caught, and many worthy and chaste dames even thus all guiltless meet reproach. What? Oh, my lord! My lord, I say, Othello!
What is the matter?
How is it, Cassio? My lord has fallen into an epilepsy. This is his second fit. He had one yesterday.
Rub him about the temples.
No! Forbear. The lethargy must have his quiet course. If not, he foams at mouth and by breaks out to savage madness. Look, he stirs. Do you withdraw yourself a little while? He will recover straight. When he is gone, I would on great occasion speak with you. How is it, General? Have you not hurt your head?
Dost thou mock me?
I mock you? No, by heaven.
Did he confess?
Good sir, whilst you were here overwhelmed in your grief, a passion most unsuiting such a man, Cassio came hither. I shifted him away and laid good excuse upon your ecstasy. Bade him anon return and here speak with me, the which he promised. Do but encave yourself. Mark the fleers, the gibes, and notable scorns that dwell in every region of his face. For I will make him tell the tale anew. Where, how oft, how long ago, when he hath, and is again to cope your wife. Now will I question Cassio of Bianca. He, when he hears of her, cannot refrain from the excess of laughter. Oh, here he comes. As he shall smile, Othello shall go mad, and his unbookish jealousy must construe poor Cassio's smiles, gestures, and light behavior quite in the wrong. How do you now, Lieutenant?
The worse that you give me the addition, whose want even kills me.
Fly Desdemona well, and you are sure on it. Now, if this suit lay in Bianca's bow, how quickly should you speed?
Alas, poor Caitiff.
Oh, I never knew woman love man so.
Alas, poor rogue. I think, in faith, she loves me.
Oh, do you hear, Cassio? She gives it out that you shall marry her. Do you intend it?
I marry her? What? A customer? Prithee, bear some charity to my wit. Do not think it so unwholesome.
Faith, the cry goes that you shall marry her.
Prithee, say true.
I am a very villain else.
This is the monkey's own giving out. She is persuaded I will marry her out of her own love and flattery, not out of my promise. Oh, she was here, but even now, she haunts me in every place. I was on the other day talking on the sea bank with certain Venetians, and thither comes the bauble, and by this hand she pulls me thus about my neck, so hangs and lows and weeps upon me, so hails and pulls me
before me. Oh, look where Bianca comes.
'Tis such another fit you. Marry a perfumed one. What dost thou mean by this haunting of me?
Let the devil and his dam haunt you. What did you mean by the same handkerchief you gave me even now? I was a fine fool to take it. I must take the work out. A likely piece of work that you should find it in your chamber and not know who left it there. This is some minx's token, and I must take the work out. There, give it to your hobby horse wheresoever you found it. I'll take out no work on it.
How now, Bianca, how now?
By heaven, that should be my handkerchief.
And you'll come to supper tonight, you may, and you will not come whenever you are next prepared for it.
Oh, after her.
Faith, I must. She'll rail in the street else.
Oh, go to. Say no more.
How shall I murder him, Iago?
Did you perceive how he laughed at his vice?
Oh, Iago.
And did you see the handkerchief?
Was that mine?
Yours by this hand. And to see how he prizes the foolish woman, your wife. She gave it him, and he hath given it his whore.
Aye, let her rot and perish and be damned tonight, for she shall not live. No, my heart is turned to stone. I strike it and it hurts my hand. The world hath not a sweeter creature. She may lie by an emperor's side and command him task.
Nay, that's not your way.
I'll tear her all to pieces, cup of me.
Oh, 'tis foul in her.
It's mine officer.
Oh, that's fouler.
Get me some poison, Iago. This night I will not expostulate with her, lest her body and beauty unprovide my mind again. No, this night, Iago.
Do it not with poison. Strangle her in her bed, even the bed she hath contaminated.
Good, very good. The justice of it pleases.
And for Cassio, let me be his undertaker. You shall hear more by midnight.
Excellent. Good. What trumpet is that saying?
Something from Venice, sure. 'Tis Lodovico, come from the Duke. And see, your wife is with him.
Save you, worthy general.
With all my heart, sir.
The Duke and Senators of Venice greet you.
And what's the news, good cousin Lodovico?
I'm glad to see you, Signor. Welcome to Cyprus.
I thank you. How does Lieutenant Cassio?
Lives, sir.
Cousin, there's fallen between him and my lord an unkind breach. But you shall make all well.
Are you sure of that?
My lord?
If this fail you not to do as you
Did
will.
not call. He's busy in the papers. Is there division twixt my lord and Cassio?
A most unhappy one. I would do much to atone them for the love I bear to Cassio.
Fire and brimstone!
My lord?
Are you mad?
What? Is he angry?
Maybe the letter moved him. For as I think, they do command him home, deputing Cassio in his government.
Trust me, I'm glad on it.
Indeed.
My lord?
I'm glad to see you mad.
My sweet Othello.
Oh, devil!
I've not deserved this.
My lord does not be believed in Venice, though I should swear I saw it. 'Tis very much. Make her amends. She weeps.
Oh, devil! Devil, out of my sight!
I will not stay to offend you.
Truly an obedient lady. I do beseech your lordship, call her back.
Mistress!
My lord.
What would you do with her, sir?
Who, I, my lord?
I. You did wish that I would make her turn. Sir, she can turn, and she can weep. Weep! And she is obedient, as you say, very obedient. Proceed you in your tears. Concerning this, sir, well-painted passion. I am commanded home. Get you away. I'll send for you anon. I obey the mandate and will return to Venice. It's a vaunt! Cassio shall have my place. And sir, tonight I do entreat that we may sup together. You are welcomed, sir, to Cyprus. Goats and monkeys.
Is this the noble Moor, whom our full synod call all and all sufficient? Is this the nature whom passion could not shake? Whose solid virtue, the shot of accident nor dart of chance can neither gaze nor pierce?
He is much changed.
Are his wits safe? Is he not light of brain would strike his wife?
Faith, that was not so well. Yet I knew that stroke would prove the worst.
Is it his use, or did let his work upon his blood and new create this fault?
Alas! Alas! It is not honesty in me to speak what I have seen and known. You shall observe him, and his own causes will denote him, so that I may save my speech. Do but go after, and mark how he continues.
I am sorry that I deceived in him.
You have seen nothing, then.
Nor ever heard, nor ever did suspect.
You have seen Cassio and she together.
But then I saw no harm, and then I heard each syllable the breath made up between them.
What, they never whisper?
Never,
Nor
my
send
lord.
you out of the way.
Never,
To fetch her gloves, her fan, her mask. No, nothing.
never, my lord.
Strange.
I durst, my lord, to wager she is honest. Remove your thought, it doth abuse your bosom. If any wretch have put this in your head, let heaven requite it with the serpent's curse. For if she be not honest, chaste, and true, there is no man happy. The purest of their wives is foul as slander.
Bid her come hither. Go. This is a subtle whore.
My lord.
Pray, Chuck, come hither.
What is your pleasure?
Look in my eyes. Let me see your face.
What horrible fancy's this?
Some of your function, mistress. Leave Proprians alone and shut the door. Cough or cry ahem if anybody come.
Upon my knees, what doth your speech import? I understand a fury in your words, but not the words.
Why? What art thou?
Your wife, my lord. Your true and loyal wife.
Come, swear it. Damn thyself, lest being like one of heaven, the devils themselves should fear to seize thee. Therefore be double damned. Swear thou art honest.
Heaven doth truly know it.
Heaven truly knows that thou art false as hell.
To whom, my lord? With whom? How am I false?
Oh, Desdemona, away, away, away.
Alas, the heavy day, why do you weep? Am I the motive of these tears, my lord? If haply you, my father, do suspect an instrument of this your calling back, lay not your blame on me. If you have lost him, why, I have lost him too. I hope my noble lord esteems me honest.
Was this fair paper, this most goodly book, Made to right, whore upon impudent strumpet.
By heaven, you do me wrong.
Are you not a strumpet?
No, as I'm a Christian.
What, not a whore?
No, as I shall be saved.
Is it possible?
Oh, heaven forgive us!
I cry you mercy, then. I took you for that cunning whore of Venice that married with Othello. Oh, you mistress that have the office opposite to St. Peter and keep the gates of hell. You. We have done our course. There is money for your pains. I pray you, turn the key and keep our counsel.
Alas, what does this gentleman conceive? Oh, how do you, madam? How do you, my good lady?
I have none. Do not talk to me, Amelia. I cannot weep, nor answer have I none, but what should go by water? Prithee, tonight lay on my bed my wedding sheets. Remember, and call thy husband hither.
Here's a change indeed.
How have I been behaved that he might stick the smallest opinion on my least misuse?
What's your pleasure, madam? How is it with you?
Alas, Iago, my lord hath so abhorred her, thrown such despite and heavy terms upon her as true hearts cannot bear.
Am I that name, Iago?
What name, fair lady?
Such as she says my lord did say I was.
He called her whore.
Why did he so?
I do not know. I am sure I am none such.
Oh, do not weep, do not weep. Alas the day.
Oh, hath she forsook so many noble matches? Her father, and her country, and her friends to be called whore? Would it not make one weep?
It is my wretched fortune.
Oh, beshrew him for it. How comes this trick upon him?
Nay, heaven doth know.
I'll be hanged if some eternal villain, some busy and insinuating rogue, some cozening slave, to get some office, have not devised this slander. I'll be hanged else.
Fie. There is no such man. It is impossible.
If any such there be, heaven pardon him.
A halter pardon him, and hell gnaw his bones. Why should he call her whore? Who keeps her company? What place? What time? What form? What likelihood? The Moors abused by some most villainous knave, some base, notorious knave, some scurvy fellow. Oh, heaven! If such companions thou to fold and put in every honest hand a whip to lash the rascals naked through the world, even from east to west.
Speak within your...
Oh, fie upon them! Some such squire he was that turned your wit the seamy side without and made you suspect me with the
Oh, you are a fool. Go to.
Oh, good Iago! What shall I do to win my lord again? Good friend Bolton, for by this light of heaven I know not how I lost him.
I pray you be content. 'Tis but his humour. The business of the state does him offence, and he does chide with you.
For no other.
'Tis but so. I warrant. How these instruments summon to supper. The messengers of Venice stay the meat. Go in, and weep not. All things shall be well.
I do not find that thou dealest justly with me.
What in the contrary?
Every day thou daffst me with some device, Iago, and rather, as it seems to me now, keepest from me your conveniency than supplies me with the least advantage of hope. I will indeed no longer endure it, nor yet am I persuaded to put up in peace what I have already foolishly suffered.
Will you hear me, Rodrigo?
Faith, I have heard too much. For your words and performances are no kin together.
You charge me most unjustly.
With naught but truth! I have wasted myself out of my means. The jewels you have had from me to deliver to Desdemona would have had corrupted adulteress. You have told me she hath received them and returned me expectations and comforts of sudden respect and acquaintance, but I find none.
Well, go to. Very well.
Very well, go to. I cannot go to, man, nor 'tis not very well. Nay, I think it is scurvy, and begin to find myself fobbed in it.
Very well.
Very well? I tell you, 'tis not very well. I will make myself known to Desdemona. If she return me my jewels, I will give over my suit and repent my unlawful solicitation. If not, assure yourself, sir, I will seek satisfaction of you.
You have said now.
I had said nothing but what I protest intentment of doing.
What? Now I see there's metal in thee, and from this instant to build on thee a better opinion than ever before. Give me thy hand, Rodrigo. Thou hast taken against me a most just exception. But yet I protest I have dealt most directly in thy affair.
It hath not appeared.
I grant indeed it hath not appeared. And your suspicion is not without wit and judgment. But, Rodrigo, if thou hast that in thee indeed, which I have greater reason to believe now than ever, I mean purpose, courage, and valor this night, show it. If thou the next night following enjoy not Desdemona, take me from this world with treachery, and devise engines for my life.
Well, what is it? Is it within reason and compass?
Sir, there is a special commission come from Venice to depute Cassio in Othello's place.
Why, is that true? Then Othello and Desdemona return again to Venice.
Oh, no. He goes into Mauritania and takes away with him the fair Desdemona. Unless his abode be lingered here by some accident, wherein none can be so determinate as the removing of Cassio.
How do you mean removing of him?
Why? By making him incapable of Othello's place, knocking out his brains.
And this you would have me to do.
Aye, if you dare do yourself a profit and a right. He sups tonight with a harlotry. Thither will I go to him. He knows not yet of his horrible fortune. If you will watch his going thence, which I will fashion to follow between 12 and 1, you may take him at your pleasure. I will be near to second your tent, and he shall fall between us. Oh, come, stand not amazed at it, but go along with me. I will show you such a necessity into his death that you shall think yourself bound to put it on him. It is now high supper time, and the night grows to waste. About it.
I will hear further reason for this.
And you shall be satisfied.
Come on.
Oh, Desdemona.
My lord.
Get you to bed on the instant. I will be returned forthwith. Dismiss your attendant there. Look to it be done.
I will, my lord.
How goes it now? He looks gentler than he did.
He hath commanded me to go to bed, and bade me to dismiss you.
Dismiss me!
It was his bidding. Therefore, good Amelia, give me my nightly wearing, and adieu. We must not now displease him.
I would you had never seen him.
So would not I. My love doth so approve him, that even his stubbornness, his checks, his frowns, prithee unpin me, have grace and favor in them.
I laid those sheets you bade me upon the bed.
Oldest one, good faith, how foolish are our minds! If I do die before thee, prithee shroud me in one of those same sheets.
Come, you talk.
My mother had a maid called Barbara. She was in love, and he she loved proved mad and did forsake her. She had a song of Willow, and she died singing it. That song tonight will not go from my mind. I have much to do and sing it like poor Barbara. Prithee dispatch.
Shall I go fetch your nightgown?
No, unpin me here. This Lodovico is a proper man.
A very handsome man.
He speaks well.
I know a lady in Venice who would have walked barefoot to Palestine for a touch of his nether lip.
A poor soul sat sighing by a sycamore tree, sing all a green willow. Her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee, sing willow, willow, willow. The fresh streams ran by her and murmured her moans. Sing, willow, willow, willow. Her salt tears fell from her and softened the stones. Lay by these. Sing, willow, willow, willow. Prithee hide thee. He'll come anon. I've heard it said so. Oh, these men, these men! Dost thou in conscience think, tell me, Amelia, that there be women do abuse their husbands in such gross kind?
There be some such, no question.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?
Why, would not you?
No, by this heavenly light.
Nor I neither by this heavenly light. But I might as well do it in the dark.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?
The world's a huge thing. It is a great price for a small vice.
In troth, I think thou wouldst not.
In troth, I think I should, and undo it when I had done. Marry, I would not do such a thing for joint rings, nor gowns, petticoats, nor caps, nor any petty exhibition. But for the whole world, why? Who would not make her husband a cuckold to make him a monarch? I should venture purgatory for it.
I do not think there is any such woman.
Yes, a dozen, and as many to the vantage as would store the world they played for. But I do think it is their husbands' faults if wives do fall. Say that they slack their duties and pour our treasures into foreign laps as husbands have. What is it when they change us for others? Is it sport? I think it is. And doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Is it frailty that thus errs? It is so too. And have we not affection, desire for sport, and frailty as men have? Then let them use us well. Else, let them know the ills we do, their ills, instruct us so.
Good night. Good night. Heaven me such uses send, not to pick bad from bad, but by bad mend.
Come, stand by the smoke. Straight will he come. Wear thy good rapier band, put it home. Quick, quick! Fear nothing, I'll be at thy elbow. This makes us or demars us. Think on that. Fix most firm thy resolution.
Be near at hand. My name is Carrion.
Here, at thy hand. Be bold, and take thy stand.
I have no great devotion to the deed, yet he hath given me satisfying reason for it. 'Tis but a man gone, forth I sword, he dies.
I've robbed this young quat almost to the sense, and he grows angry. Now, whether he kill Cassio or Cassio him, or each to kill the other every way, makes my gain. Live Rodrigo, he calls me to a restitution large of gold and jewels that I bought from him as gifts to Desdemona. It cannot be if Cassio do remain. He hath a daily beauty in his life that makes me ugly. And besides, the more may unfold me to him, where I stand in much peril. No, he must die. But so I hear him coming.
I know his gait. 'Tis he. Villain. Thou diest!
That thrust hath been mine enemy indeed. That my coat is better than thou knowest. I will be.
Ow! I am slain!
I am maimed forever! Help! Murder! Murder!
The voice of Cassio. It's like Iago keeps his word.
Oh! Villain that I am!
It is even so.
Help! A light! A surgeon!
It is he. Oh, brave Iago, honest and just, and has such a noble sense of thy friend's wrong.
What? No watch! No passage! Help! Murder! Murder!
'Tis some mischance. The cry is very dire.
Oh, help!
Hark!
Oh! Wretched villainy!
2 or 3 groan. It is a heavy night. These may be counterfeits that think it unsafe to come into the cry without more help.
Nobody come. Then shall I bleed to death?
Hark! Look, one comes in his shirt, with light and with weapons.
Who's there? Whose noise is this that one's on murder?
We do not know.
Did not you hear cry?
Here! For heaven's sake, help me!
What's the matter?
This is Othello's ancient, as I take it.
The same indeed. A very valiant fellow.
What are you there that cry so grievously?
Iago, I am undone, spoiled by villains. Give me some help.
Oh, me, Lieutenant. Oh, what villains have done this to you?
I think that one of them is hereabout and cannot make way.
Oh, treacherous villains. What are you there? Come in and give some help.
Oh! Help me here!
That's one of them there!
Oh, murder slave! A villain! Kill men in the dark. Where be these bloody thieves? Oh, how silent is this town. Murder! Murder! What may you be? Are you of good or evil?
As you shall prove us, praise us.
Signor Lodovico?
He, sir.
Oh, I cry you mercy. Oh, here's Cassio, hurt by villains.
Cassio!
How is it, brother?
Oh, my leg is cut in two.
Mary, heaven forbid. Light, gentlemen, I'll bind it with my shirt.
What's the matter, Ho? Who is it that cried?
Who is it that cried?
Oh, my dear Cassio! My sweet Cassio! Cassio! Cassio!
I'm to find you thus. I have been to seek you.
Lend me a garter. So, for a chair to bear him easily hence. Have to do without one.
Oh, my Cassio! Cassio! Cassio!
Patience a while, good Cassio. Come. Lend me a light. Know with his face or no? Alas, my friend and my dear countryman, Rodrigo. No. Yes, sure. Oh, heaven, Rodrigo!
What of Venice?
Even he, sir. Did you know him?
Know him? I.
Signor Gratiano. Oh, I cry you gentle pardon. These bloody accidents must excuse my manners that so neglected you.
I am glad to see you.
How do you, Cassio?
Rodrigo.
It is he. Oh, that's well said. A chair.
Oh, some good man bear him carefully from hence. I'll fetch the general surgeon. Yeah! And as for you, mistress, save him your labor. He that lies slain here, Cassio, was my dear friend. What malice was between you?
None in the world, nor do I know the man.
Oh, what look you pale? Oh, bear him out of the air. Stay you, good gentlemen.
Lass, what's the matter? What's the matter, husband?
Cassio hath here been set on in the dark by Rodrigo and fellows that escaped. He's almost slain, and Rodrigo dead.
Alas, good gentleman. Oh, alas, good Cassio.
I'll go see poor Cassio dressed. Emilia, run you to the citadel and tell my lord and lady what hath happened. Will you go on, I pray? This is the night that either makes me or fordoes me quite.
It is the cause. It is the cause. My soul, let me not name it. You chase stars. It is the cause. Yet I'll not shed her blood, nor scar that whiter skin of hers than snow, and smooth as monumental alabaster. Yet she must die, else she'll betray more men. Put out the light, and then put out the light. If I quench thee, thou flaming minister, again thy former light I can restore, should I repent me. But once I put out thy light, thy cunningst pattern of excelling nature, I know not where is that Promethean heat that can thy light relume. Once I've plucked the rose, I cannot give it vital growth again. One more. Be thus when thou art dead, and I will kill thee and love thee after. One more, and this the last. So sweet was ne'er so fatal. She waits.
Who's there? Othello?
Aye, Desdemona.
Will you come to bed, my lord?
Have you prayed tonight, Desdemona?
I, my lord.
If you bethink yourself of any crime, unreconciled as yet to heaven and grace, solicit for it straight.
Alas, my lord, what do you mean by that?
Well, do it, and be brief. I will walk by. I will not kill thy unprepared spirit.
Talk you of killing?
Aye, I do.
Then heaven have mercy on me.
Think on thy sins.
They are loves I bear to you.
Aye, and for that thou diest.
Death's unnatural that kills for loving.
That handkerchief which I so loved and gave thee, thou gavest to Cassio.
No, by my life and soul. Send for the man and ask him. I never did offend you in my life, never loved Cassio, but with such general warranty of heaven, I never gave him token.
By heaven, I saw my handkerchief in his hand.
Found his sin. I never gave it him. Send for him hither, let him confess it truth.
He hath confessed.
You will not say so.
No, his mouth is stopped. Honest Iago has taken order for it.
Is he dead? Alas, he is betrayed and I have done.
Out, strumpet, weepest thou for him to my face.
Banish me, my lord, but kill me not.
Down, strumpet.
Kill me tomorrow. Let me live tonight.
Nay, if you strive.
Half an hour.
Being done, there is no pause.
While we say one prayer.
It is too late. What noise is this? Not dead, not yet quite dead. I that am cruel, and yet merciful. Will not have thee linger in thy pain so.
What ho, my lord! My lord!
Who's there?
Good my lord, I would speak a word with you.
Oh, 'tis Amelia. By and by. 'Tis like she comes to speak of Cassio's death. Oh, no more moving. Still as the grave. If she come in, she'll sure to speak. Oh, I think she stirs again. No. What's best to do? If she come in, she'll sure to speak to my wife. My wife? My wife? What wife? I have no wife.
Oh, my good lord, I would do beseech you that I may speak a word.
Oh, I had forgot thee. Come in, Amelia. What's the matter with thee now?
Oh, my good lord, yonder's foul murder's done.
What now?
But now, my lord, Cassio, my lord, had killed a young Venetian called Rodrigo.
Rodrigo killed. And Cassio killed.
No, Cassio is not killed.
Cassio not killed, then murders out of tune, and sweet revenge grows harsh.
Falsely murder! Alas, what cry is that?
That's what?
Out, and alas, that was my lady's voice! But help, help, oh, help! Oh, lady, speak again. Oh, sweet mistress, sweet Desdemona, speak.
Guiltless death, I die.
Oh, who has done this deed?
Nobody. I myself. Oh, commend me to my convoy. Oh, well.
Why, how now should she be murdered?
Alas, who knows?
You heard her say herself. It was not I.
She said so. I must needs report the truth.
She's like a liar, gone to burning hell. It was I that killed her.
The more angel she and you, the blacker devil.
She was false as water.
Now it rashes fire to say that she was false. Oh, she was heavenly true.
Cassio did top her. Ask thy husband else.
My husband.
Thy husband.
That she was false to wedlock.
Aye, with Cassio.
My husband.
Aye, 'twas he that told me first. An honest man he is, and hates the slime that sticks on filthy deeds.
My husband.
I say thy husband. What needs this iteration, woman?
My husband say that she was false.
He, woman. I say thy husband. Dost understand the word? Thy husband, my friend, honest Iago.
If he say so, may his pernicious soul rot half a grain a day. He lies to the heart. She was too fond of her most filthy bargain. Do thy worst. This deed of thine was no more worthy heaven than thou wast worthy her.
Peace, you were best.
Thou hast not had the power to do me harm as I have to be hurt. Oh, gold! Oh, dolt as ignorant as dirt! Thou hast done a deed. I care not for thy sword. I'll make thee known, though I lost 20 lives. Help! Help! Oh, help! The more have killed my best friend! Murder! Murder!
What is the matter? How now, General?
Are you come, Iago? You've done well that men must lay their murders on your neck.
What's the matter?
Disprove this villain if thou beest a man. He says thou toldst him that his wife was false, but I know thou did not. Thou art not such a villain. Speak, for my heart is full!
I told him what I thought, and told no more than what he found himself was apt and true.
What did you say that she was false?
I did.
You told a lie! An odious, damned lie! Upon my soul, a lie! A wicked lie! She false with Cassio, did you say with Cassio?
With Cassio, mistress, go to charm your tongue.
I will not charm my tongue, I am bound to speak. My mistress here lies murdered in her bed, and your reports have set the murder on.
Nay, stare not, masters. I know, but indeed this is the truth.
Villainy! Villainy! Villainy!
What, are you mad? I charge you, get you home.
Good gentlemen, let me have leave to speak. 'Tis proper I obey him, but not now. Perchance, Iago, I will ne'er go home.
Oh.
Nay, lay thee down and roar, for thou hast killed the sweetest innocent that e'er did lift up eye.
Oh, she was false. I scarce did know you, uncle. There lies your niece, whose breath indeed these hands have newly stopped. I know this act shows horrible and grim.
Oh, Desdemona, I am glad thy father's dead. Thy match was mortal to him, and pure grief shore his old thread in twain. Did he live now, this sight would make him to a desperate turn. Yea, curse his better angel from his side, and fall to reprobation.
'Tis pitiful, but yet Iago knows that she with Cassio hath the act of shame 1,000 times committed. Cassio confessed, and she did gratify his amorous works and recognizance with that pledge of love. It was an antique token, a handkerchief my father gave my mother.
Oh, heaven! Oh, heavenly powers!
Come, hold your peace.
Twill out! Twill out, I peace no! I speak as liberal as the north. Let heaven and men and devils all cry shame against me, yet I'll speak!
Be wise and get you home.
I will not.
Fly, your sword upon a woman!
Oh, thou dull Moor, that handkerchief thou speakst of I found by fortune and did give my husband. For often with solemn earnestness he begged of me to steal it.
Villainous whore!
She giveth Cassio no, alas, I found it and did give it my husband.
Filth, thou liest!
By heaven, I do not, gentlemen. Oh, thou murderous coxcomb, what would such a fool do with so good a woman?
There are no stones left in heaven but would serve for thunder, precious villain!
Swords!
Oh, the living falls! Sure he had killed his wife!
Oh, lay me by my mistress!
Oh, he's gone, but his wife killed!
'Tis a notorious villain. take you this weapon, which I have here recovered from the moor. Come. Guard the door without, and let him not pass, but kill him rather. And after that same villain, but 'tis a damned slave.
More, she was chaste. She loved thee, cruel Moor. So speaking, as I think, I die. I die.
Oh, it is. I must come forth, uncle.
If thou attempt it, it will cost thee dear. Thou hast no weapon and perforce must suffer.
Come, look in upon me, speak with me. Naked as I am, I will assault thee.
What's the matter?
Oh, behold, I have a weapon. Oh, Desdemona. Desdemona's dead. Oh.
Where is this rash, most unfortunate man?
He which was Othello. Here I am.
Where's that viper? Bring the villain forth.
I look down towards his feet, but that's a fable.
God, get him!
I bleed, sir, but not killed.
I'm not sorry for it's neither. I'd have thee live, for in my sins 'tis happiness to die.
Oh, not Othello, not to one so good, fallen in the practice of a damned slave. What shall be said to thee?
Why, anything. An honorable murder, if you will. For naught I didn't hate, but all in honor.
This wretch hath part confessed his villainy. Did you and he consent in Cassio's death?
Aye.
Dear General, I never gave you any cause.
I know it, and I do ask your pardon. But will you demand me why this demi-devil has thus ensnared my body and soul?
Thou demands me nothing. What you know, you know. From this time forth, I never will speak word.
What? Not to pray?
Torments will ope your lips.
Thou dost best.
Sir, you shall understand what hath befallen. As I think you know not. Here is a letter found in the pocket of the slain Rodrigo. And here another. The one of them imports the death of Cassio, be undertook by Rodrigo.
Oh, villain!
Most heathenish and most gross.
And here's another discontented paper, found in his pocket too. And this, it seems, that Rodrigo meant to have sent to this damned villain that, belike, Iago came in the interim and satisfied him.
Oh, pernicious caitiff! How comes it, Michael, that handkerchief that was my wife's?
I found it in my chamber. And here he confessed, but even now that there he dropped it for a special purpose, which wrought to his desire.
Oh, fool, fool, fool!
There is besides in Rodrigo's letters how he upbraids Iago, that he made him brave me upon the watch, whereon it came that I was cast. And even but now he spake, after long seeming dead. Iago hurt him. Iago set him on.
You must forsake this room and go with us. Your power and your command is taken off, and Cassio rules in Cyprus. For this slave, if there be any cunning cruelty that can torment him much and hold him long, it shall be his. You shall close prison arrest till the nature of your fault be known to the Venetian state. Come, bring him away.
Soft you, a word or two before you go. I've done the state some service and they know it. No more of that. I pray you, in your letters, when these unlucky deeds you shall relate, speak of me as I am, nothing extraneous, nor set down aught in malice, of one who loved too well, but not too wisely, of one not easily being jealous, but being wrought perplexed in the extreme, of one whose hands, like a base Indian, threw away a pearl richer than all his tribe. Set down you this, and besides it, in Aleppo once, where a malignant and turbaned Turk beat a Venetian and introduced the state. Oh, I took that circumcised dog by the throat and smote him thus.
All that spoke is Maud.
I kissed thee, ere I killed thee. Nothing but this is so, dying upon a kiss.
This did I fear, but thought he had no weapon, for he was great of heart.
Oh, Spartan dog, more fell than hunger, anguish, or the sea. Look on the tragic gloating of the bed. This is thy work. Gratiano, keep the house, and seize upon the fortunes of them all, if they succeed unto you. To you, Lord Governor, remains the censure of this hellish villain. The time, the place, the torture, oh, enforce it. And myself will straight aboard to the state this heavy act, with heavy heart relate.
For all the hard work she put into this department. Oh, thank you, guys.